This is what someone will do if they find you attractive. Most of the time, people aren't going off giving 1,000 compliments, but here are some subtle signs that they find you attractive. Number 1, when they see you, they either raise their eyebrows or they smile, and I'll show you what it looks like. Or like this. Number 2, if someone also finds you attractive, it's going to be hard for them to look away when they're talking to you. So whenever you're talking, it's going to be hard for them to look away. They may look like this. This is so funny. And then number 3, it can be different for men and women because we respond a little bit differently. So for men, if they see you smiling and you look their way, they'll immediately give you a smile back. Most women do this too. And I think this one is somewhat a little bit common, but if you are in a room with someone and you find that they are looking at you, so it's not necessarily staring at you, but you just feel someone looking at you, and when you look over, they're glancing either somewhere in your area, their head is turned towards you, and their eyes are somewhere else. Chances are they're staring at you. Or number 2, you look enough times and you see that they are staring at you. Probably find you attractive. And last but not least, they are making ways to get closer and closer to you. So if you're dancing, they may be moving towards you. If you're at the gym, they may be moving towards you. Now, I promise you everything that I just listed is like 95% gonna happen if someone finds you attractive.
Signs she is flirting with you and not just being nice. 1, if she stares at you from afar and then you guys make eye contact and she continues to look at you and smile, she wanted you to look. 2, she'll say something to jokingly tease you. And if you reciprocate that energy and you guys keep going, it's kind of like a back and forth. She'll be smiling the entire time you guys are talking. Notice her eyebrows will be raised. While you're talking, while jokingly teasing her, she'll be holding back her laughter, tilting her head and smirking, all while maintaining eye contact. She might even bite her lip here and there. 3, she will find any reason to talk to you. She will literally go out of her way to create a conversation with you. 4, she'll think everything you say is funny. And 5, to kind of piggyback on number 4, when she is laughing, she'll get a little physical. She'll jokingly push you away. And 6, she will find any reason to kind of just touch your arm. I don't know what it is, but when us ladies want to flirt, if we're going to try and physically touch you, it's going to be your arm.
Gents, so do you want to know all the subtle choosing signals that a girl wants you? Well, you came to the right place. This is Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating style and personal development. So if you're into becoming a better version of yourself, I highly encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. We release new videos daily at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's topic, we're going over 5 subtle choosing signal signs that a girl is choosing you. But first and foremost, what are choosing signals? Choosing signals are indicators of interest that women send out to men that really show that there could in fact be some interest there. So, you'll see different signs at varying degrees, but it's important to pay attention to and read these signs in clusters. What I mean by clusters is that you don't see just one sign and say, oh man, she's definitely interested in me. So, I'm gonna go and make an approach. I mean, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with cold approaching. But don't circle back here to the channel and say, oh man, it didn't work, when you just saw one sign and thought, I'm going all in, she definitely likes me. That's not the idea here. The idea is that you want to see multiple signs in succession, and then that can give you confidence that she is in fact interested. So, if you're wondering, hey, what are the signs? What are choosing signals? Don't worry, we're about to break down some here. So for subtle sign number 1, that is going to be that she is continuously looking in your direction. So, a lot of women that might be a little shy, or, when it's a little bit more subtle, what they'll do is they'll look in your direction, they'll see as you're about to look in theirs, and, they'll kind of look away really quick. But what they'll tend to do is they'll do it a couple of times, and in a lot of cases, they'll actually be looking in the general area of you still. So this can kind of give you some insight into what's going on. But again, I would look for some other signs as well. But this is definitely a subtle one that you can expect to see. So for subtle choosing signal sign number 2, that is going to be that she blushes and looks away. So, if a woman really likes you, she might do something like the aforementioned. She might look in your direction, and when she sees that you're about to look at her, she might look away. But you might catch her blushing, right? Blushing, this is a good sign this does mean that there could in fact be some interest there, and this is the choosing signal that you'll see from women. So, what you want to do as the man when you are out and about is, you want to look at people, men and women, and when they look at you and they're maintaining that eye contact with you, you just want to shoot them a smile. Number one, it's kind of weird to simply be staring at somebody and not saying or doing anything. So you want to shoot them a smile, let them know that you're friendly, and this is also an invitation that you're willing to communicate. So, they might smile back at you, but if, you're dealing with a more shy woman, she might actually look away and blush in this particular instance. So for choosing signal number 3 that you can expect to see that's, a little bit more subtle, that is going to be that her eyes dilate. So, by this, that means her eyes get kind of wide. She gets really wide-eyed when she looks at you. But essentially, when a woman sees you, when she sees something that she likes, she'll look in your direction and she'll kind of like, kind of get wide-eyed. Her eyes will expand. And this applies even if she eventually looks away. But, if she maintains that eye contact, that's a really good sign. But if she, looks at you, kind of gets wide-eyed and then looks away, that's also a choosing signal as well. Maybe she's a little bit more shy, maybe she's not as confident, but this is something that could be indicative of interest. So definitely something to pay attention to. So for subtle choosing signal number 4 on the list, that is going to be that her body is pointed towards you. And this applies whether she's sitting down, standing up, it really doesn't matter. If her body is positioned towards you, this could be a good sign that she is in fact interested to you. Because people's bodies tend to be positioned towards the things that they are interested in, and in this case of women, attracted in. So it's something to pay attention to. If she, is continuously turning in the opposite direction, almost in the escape position, that's something to pay attention to as well. It could be indicative of the fact that maybe she has a boyfriend, maybe she's simply not interested, maybe she doesn't find it attractive, whatever the case may be. This could be the sign of the opposite. So definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. But she's completely engaged, she's facing towards you, and her feet are pointed towards you. Definitely pay attention to the feet. If you're in a group setting and you guys are all having a conversation, maybe it's 10 of you in a group, but her body's kind of shifted towards you and her feet are pointed towards you, this could be a sign that she is interested in you. So something to pay attention to. And last but not least, for sign number 5 for the subtle choosing signals that you can expect to see, that is going to be that she initiates conversation, and it doesn't matter what it's about. So, I'll give a quick example. I remember recently I was in the gym and, I'm hitting my workout and, I'm lifting some dumbbells, but, a woman comes over and she points to a bench that I'm not even near, and she's like, oh, are you using this bench? And I'm like, no, I'm not. And she's like, oh, okay. But she kind of like held the stare a little bit to see if I was gonna say anything or ask her any further questions, but I wasn't interested in that particular woman, so I just got back to my workout. But gents, don't be confused. This is, in a lot of cases, women's way of shooting their shot with men. So, they'll look for any random reason to spark up a conversation with you to create that opportunity for you to continue that conversation and hopefully ask for her information, set a date, so on and so forth. So definitely something to pay attention to. So those are some of the most common ones that you'll see. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. Definitely make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely let us know down below, were there any subtle choosing signals left off the list? Are there any that you've experienced? Definitely let us know. And definitely make sure that you check out the Gentleman and Scholar's Ultimate Handbook that goes over dating, style, personal development tips to 10x your personal growth. Also goes over some of those mindset blockers, some of those insecurities that you may be dealing with that are preventing you from getting to that next level. Really, that's something that you want to get clear on first. You want to make sure that your mind and your mentality and your mindset, they're all intact first before you start taking those big strides towards personal development or dating and really taking things seriously there. You want to make sure that your mindset is correct. So we go over all of this in the Gentleman and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, which you can get for free on the Gentleman and Scholars Club website. That's gentlemanandscholarsclub.com. So I'd highly encourage you to check that out. But with that, I'm going to wrap this one up. Until next time, Gentlemen and Scholars. Hey gents, hope you enjoyed the video. And check out the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for our free Gentlemen and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, free resources, book recommendations, consultation services, and some pretty slick Gentlemen and Scholars merch. GNS hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, and so much more. Until next time, Gentlemen and Scholars. Hey gents, if you enjoyed this video, check out some bespoke video recommendations here and here. And subscribe to join the Gentlemen and Scholars Club.